This time on Highway Through Hell. A jackknife on a bridge.
Uh-oh, it's on fire now.
Puts Jamie's crew on edge.
Watch out, watch out. Scary ride, man.
A mountain recovery has mission towing in deep.
It was a mess.
And a mangled load.
We have to get this sketchy-ass load down into town.
Makes the canyon run.
Here we go.
On the Highway Through Hell. The last line of defense is a heavy rescue team ready to tackle any disaster. Because closure is not an option. British Columbia's Fraser Canyon Highway.
Before the Coquihalla came along, the canyon was the only route.
It follows the same winding path laid down in the 1800s.
Get ready. Expect lots of snow.
Officially part of the Trans-Canada Highway, Highway 1. Engineers carved the route into steep canyon walls, with tunnels and bridges just wide enough for 2 lanes of traffic. It's the low elevation option through BC's rugged coastal mountains.
There it is, snowing heavy in the canyon.
Today, a blast of heavy snow
There's a good couple inches of snow there.
has turned the canyon into a slippery mess.
Pretty bad, isn't it? Chain up, lights are on, going west in Boston Bar.
Even at its highest point, the canyon is 2,600 feet lower in elevation than the Coke summit.
Imagine it's a little nasty up there.
Snowfall heavy enough to trigger the tire chain-up lights is rare.
Highway 1 should not be forgotten about. It is the original Highway Through Hell.
Hope Search and Rescue. Page out for MVA.
Just after 12 p.m.
Truck's tangled up on a bridge here and it's blocked off. Gonna hang over the bridge almost.
A wreck on Spuzzum Bridge shuts the canyon down.
Nobody's going anywhere.
Are you the driver?
No, I saw it happen.
Is he okay though?
We can't see him.
The driver is trapped in the cab, inches away from a 350-foot plunge.
You got any cuts or anything? Okay, we've got help coming for you. Could smash that window out. Yeah.
Just hang in there.
Lights and sirens coming up behind you there. The RCMP. There's a couple of them up there.
Hey, Bessie, you seen better days? How's your leg doing?
They're getting cold.
Getting cold? Paramedics just showed up here. How'd you lose it?
I come around the corner and then the back end of the trailer just started to swing.
The semi-trailer fishtailed on a slick road. Jackknifed and broke through the guardrail.
And thankfully, for whatever reason, the force was going not fast enough for it to go over. It just popped it back in. Saved his life.
"25 miles away, Ken Monkhouse races to the scene from the valley.
We're going up to Spuzzum Bridge. Buddy driving it is still entrapped.
Last winter, Ken left Jamie to work for Mission Towing.
Seen better days.
But he missed life and hope.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
And the chance to run a heavy record.
Really happy to have Ken back. I'm happy that he's there.
This is one of my first opportunities to get in there and show him I got what it takes to be a member of the heavy rescue team. We're gonna get up there as quickly as we can, but we don't want to crash too, so.
Jamie Davis is already en route. Everyone is on their way here, okay?
At the crash site,
The railing's still pretty intact? Yeah.
first responders rush to get the trapped driver out.
Now, the road's closed up here at Spuzzum Creek. Truck's jackknifed on the bridge. It's going to be a while to get him out of here.
Ken arrives in Jamie's 16-ton army truck.
That would be a nightmare. Surprised the cab stayed on.
Rescue crews brave the damaged bridge to get the injured driver.
They're in the part of the truck that's hanging over the railing on the side of the bridge. Your stress level does not get any higher.
After a quick assessment, Ken calls Jamie Davis for backup.
It's bad. This thing's at both ends, and the back end of the trailer's facing Boston Bar, so we only have access to the front of it. Okay, part of the cab is hanging over the edge of the bridge.
Highway 1's closed.
With the canyon shut down, traffic bottlenecks onto Highway 5.
Snowing heavy all the way to the top.
But the same storm system is hammering the coast.
Are they making us chain up? Yeah, you need them on.
This way. On the sand. Drive on the sand.
It's a big headache
Really?
for highway boss Richard N.
Get over on the sand.
When Highway 1 gets closed, that can create a huge backlog of traffic, which ultimately just floods us.
Don't tell me. Acquiring 5-5 Quarterton.
And tow truck's backing down the hill again.
Richard calls in Gord Boyd and his quiring record to clear the stuck semis.
I keep pulling until they tell me to stop.
Yeah, you are coming back down, right?
Yep, if you need me.
Yeah, here we go. There's a dump truck pulling a quad trailer. He's definitely going to need a tow. He's done, Richard. He's done. Yeah, hold your traffic.
Highway shut down up ahead of you there, bud.
On Spuzzum Bridge,
There's a truck on there, jackknifed.
Yeah, and he's hanging over the edge, too.
rescue crews race to extract a driver trapped inside a jackknife semi.
That guy with that truck, did he survive that?
Highway 1 has been closed for more than 2 hours when Jamie arrives.
I hate this bridge, it's spooky. I get scared of heights here. You look right down there. Don't.
This isn't the first time Jamie's been called out to this bridge.
This was the site of a really huge wreck 6 years ago. 2 guys went over in 2 separate semis, and they were down in the gully. 1 guy made it, 1 guy didn't.
Okay, keep coming.
Today, it's a different story.
The guy that crashed this truck is alive and well, which is amazing.
This guy is lucky, lucky, lucky.
Now it's up to Jamie to remove the wreck.
Pressure's on to open the road. You know, we've got to pull this off.
But the Jackknife is blocking access to the north side.
We can't even get around with a wrecker on the bridge because it's so tight.
It's a 5-hour drive to get another wrecker all the way around. But Jamie's in luck.
Well, we got Bonesy here on the other side. That's good.
Bones, a local tow operator who got the first call from police, will join forces with Jamie.
Bonesy's truck is on the other side of the bridge, and he can help us on the back end of the trailer, pulling it back.
Oh, yeah.
So it's all coiled up, so we're gonna bring it out like this.
Jamie's army truck will pull on the front of the unit, while Bones' 5-ton will winch on the back. But the semi is so wedged into the bridge, it's a tall order for 2 small wreckers on a slippery deck.
Just gonna do on the bottom. It's jammed into the railing, it's jammed into the concrete. I'll come and stand right there and be in the middle. So you just go ahead, pull. Pull back. Slide back, eh? The bridge deck is really fighting us on this job. Just boom up, boom up. This is gonna be a really tough job.
The canyon's closed. Anybody know what's going on Highway 1 near Spuzum? Oh, there's that truck jackknifed on the Spuzum Bridge. Yeah, I heard it's going to be closed for hours.
In BC's Fraser Canyon,
So you just go ahead, pull.
Jamie, Ken, and local tow operator Bones struggle to clear a jackknife hanging off a slippery bridge.
We've got the middle of a bridge deck. We've got, 350 feet down. Cab's totally crushed.
Sliding back, eh?
Everything's sliding back and nothing's moving. Only thing's moving is our trucks here. Okay, now just stop. The bridge deck is like a polished rock surface. I put that spade on.
Oh, okay.
And the trucks aren't biting, they're just slipping on the surface of the deck. Okay, let's get the deck trucked up. We're both maxing out, so a little bit more on this one, it'll help us.
Jamie drove a deck truck up to haul away the crushed cab.
It's got a big 25,000 winch on here.
Now he'll add it to the mix
We'll run it off the end of this deck.
and see if 3 trucks will be enough to unfold the wreck.
Can I have that block of wood? Thanks. That'll work. We've got the army truck on one side of the bridge, pulling on the trailer. We've got a flatbed to pull the cab around, and we got Bonesy's truck on the back end. The pressure's on. I mean, we've got to get this thing open. So just pull to what you can pull. Don't overdo it, right?
I'm following your direction.
Pull, pull. Keep pulling.
All right, front end's up in the air.
Keep pulling. Keep going. Pull a little bit.
Front wheels are coming off the road.
Good jam. We're into the railing now.
Okay. Okay. Now stop for a minute.
The 3 trucks are maxed out.
We're working in some really tight quarters here, and we're right on the edge of the railing. We're like in a tunnel, basically trying to unravel this thing.
Just be careful in case.
I wish I had a rotator right now.
A rotator is equipped with a boom arm that can swing out to reach wrecks in tough spaces.
Good luck with it. It's going to be a great truck for you.
But over the summer, Jamie sold it to cut costs.
You know, it'd be really nice to have a rotator. We could reach out and pick that cab up and bring it around. We don't have one.
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy, we have to have you up here. I need as many people as I can.
The Jackknife won't budge. So Ken calls in the last truck available today.
Bye-bye. I got Scott coming up. We have to get this wreck off the bridge to get the road open again.
So there's no way around that, right? Nope. So you tell me how the coke holds up here?
Back on the mountain,
Not worth it, man. The 5's not worth it.
diverted traffic is clogging the coke.
Idiot. What are you doing? I told you to stay here until the plow trucks go past.
Richard is still fighting a battle to keep a lane open for his plows.
If you would have thrown those chains on, he could have been on the way now. Once the semis are all stopped, they're done. Yeah, drive out in the snow where you're gonna spin out. If you would have stayed in the brown lane, you'd have been just fine. Well, let's back him up. Back up! Hey! Just when we're trying to get traffic flowing.
And I got all excited because the coke was open and damn it.
So it's going to be closed for a while is what you're saying.
On Spuzzum Bridge,
Fuel leaking all over the place.
a Jackknife semi has heavy rescue in a tight spot.
No space to work. Fluids leaking all over the place. Oil, fuel, it's slipperier than heck.
Gord's here now, he can help too.
Swampert Gord Lundeen and Jamie's lead operator, Scott Bird, show up in another flat deck.
We can tie Scotty's truck off to you.
When I got there, we strapped the two trucks together.
Scott's truck will anchor Jamie's flat deck on the slippery bridge.
We're working in a really tight little area here. Hopefully we can do it with all 4 trucks.
Okay, you guys pull. Stand back.
Watch yourself. Everybody watch out.
We're getting there, Jimmy. Barely.
There we go, buddy. Keep going, son. Keep going.
But as the cab comes off the railing,
Here we got sparks.
We got sparks.
Sparking again like crazy. Watch out, get out of there.
Anytime you have sparks, you have fire.
That's on fire now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's on fire now. Got a fire extinguisher?
an electrical fire has flared up on the bridge wreck.
Watch out, watch out.
Getting it about halfway around, all of a sudden, wire arcs out, and this unit catches fire.
Send me these batteries. Get a Crescent wrench. Got a Crescent wrench?
Jim. Here.
And we've got flames happening because the batteries are still energized.
Jamie must disconnect the batteries that are sparking the blaze.
There's diesel fuel everywhere. There's diesel fuel on the bridge deck. That's just something we don't even want to think about.
Hey, it's going in the cab, man. How bad is that? Oh.
Keep spraying till she won't spray no more. Spray the hell out of it.
Oh, let's get the batteries disconnected quick.
Is it out? Is it out?
Get to the fire station!
Is it out?
We're good.
If that fire hadn't have been put out, the truck would have burnt, the bridge would have been condemned, we would have lost everything.
Okay, good. Pull.
Traffic's been diverted, but the jackknife on the bridge still has the highway shut down.
You only have 2 lanes. You can't use the shoulder of the road because there's no shoulder of the road there.
I'm gonna move my truck off the cans and I can't get out of the way.
We're just about done. You there? Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, undo her. Let her down.
Okay, get this wreck off the bridge.
Got things mangled, eh? We have to chop up that in the front. We can't have all these parts and pieces hanging off of it when we're going down the road.
After 3 hours of battling the wreck,
Yeah, I think we're good.
Jamie and his crew are 1 pull away from opening the road.
Ah!
We've got the old school know-how.
I just like yelling at people.
And I'm happy that we're doing it with less.
Yeah.
So less is more.
That should be good there, Gord.
Okay, stand back. The highway's shut down here. We've got to get this road open.
Hold it in! Hey! Hey! These aren't turning!
Any of you southbounders, I don't know if you can fit through or not, but there is a couple trucks all over the highway.
As light fades up on the coke,
There's 4 no posts sitting across the 2 lanes, the middle lane and the hammer lane.
another crash threatens to bring traffic to a halt.
This truck right behind me here, he's impacted the guardrail significantly.
The concrete barriers called no posts have created another hazard for the highway maintenance team.
This day just gets better and better, don't it?
Richard needs to engineer a quick fix. So the supervisor takes matters into his own hands.
I'm gonna stand these guardrail up and just temporarily position them. Just want to get all these chunks of concrete because they'll cut tires and everything else.
30 minutes after the accident, Richard and his loader have the no post back in line.
That'll get us through the night anyway.
It's all cleared up now. Yeah, the coke's open northbound.
Okay, stand back.
On Spuzum Bridge,
Hold it, hey! 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 These aren't turning!
a semi that's been blocking Highway 1 for 5 hours refuses to roll.
No, they're locked right up. Okay.
The semi's brakes locked during the crash. The airlines needed to release them are destroyed.
This is just a bad deal all the way around. Okay, we got to cage the brakes.
The only option is to manually unlock the brakes, one wheel at a time.
You got yours, Scott?
sakes, I can't even get the cover off. It's one of those moments where you think, maybe that nice little office cubicle would have been nice.
You want me to crank it from up top, Scruff?
I can't move it. Be warm and dry and not stinking like diesel and yeah. I want out of here. Hey, James, all the cage and bolts but one are screwed.
Okay, well, let's try to pull it. We got the trailer brakes off.
There's a couple of breaks we could not get the cage bolts into.
They want the road open. Just try to drag it off the bridge. People want to get going. The trucks were holding up and stuff, so.
It had to get drug off the bridge with some of the brakes still locked up.
Okay, everybody should stand back now. There you go. One more truck off the road.
For once, the slippery bridge deck works in Jamie's favor.
That trailer's getting worse and worse. Hey, Scott. You know what? That side is breaking as you're moving it.
That's gonna bust.
That thing's gonna bust in half, so I want it unloaded.
Okay. And it's all breaking here. And if this snaps anymore, the whole load's just gonna wind up on the highway, so.
This whole truck is so mangled, it's a sketchy load, period. And it isn't going anywhere. We're gonna have to come back tomorrow to deal with this. That's just how it is.
It's open.
After yesterday's heavy snowfall in BC's Fraser Canyon,
Oh, what happened there?
a 30-ton wrecker and support truck make the steady climb up a logging road.
The road conditions are pretty bad. When you're dealing with ice and a steep hill, it can be a little bit difficult.
Hell of a long way down.
Mission Towing's been dispatched to recover a vehicle that tumbled down a steep slope yesterday.
We have a pickup that's gone down approximately 70 to 100 feet. We're gonna have our work cut out for us.
Nick de Perrin leads the off-road recovery.
It's extremely hard to go up into these areas to pull these wrecks out of there.
After years away from the family business, run by his older brother Jordy, Nick's proving himself with each difficult job.
It's so good to have him back.
Nick and his crew must finish the recovery before a convoy of equipment catches up with them.
But we have to get in and get out and get off this road to make it clear for these guys to get up to their work site. Wow, scary ride, man. I'm thinking front if we grab the heavy end. If we go right down over top of it to both front corners.
Bring it around, should roll.
Get it to roll, come around, and bring the front end up.
Driver Dylan Greenwood is also on scene to muscle the wreck up the bank.
Good to go?
Yep.
Dylan has a lot of experience with working up in the mountain.
They'll need more than 70 feet of winch line to get the wreck on the hook.
We gotta be pretty careful today because we don't want to break any ankles.
Whenever you're ready, it's on your go.
Okay. That's a little better. Beautiful. Hold it there. Can you slide me another chain down that line?
Okay.
Incoming.
Nick re-rigs to move the pickup up the hill through a wall of brush and snow.
Coming up. Showtime. Both lines in.
Both of our lines hooked to the tow hooks allows us to essentially walk it up the embankment.
Couple of big stumps here. Lead with your far line just a little bit.
If this thing gets hung up, it can dead stop this job right now.
It's fighting us.
It was really, really icy up here yesterday afternoon.
22 miles south on the Fraser Canyon Highway.
They're slowing you down, alternating.
Traffic is moving again across Spuzzum Bridge.
Highways is putting in a temporary guardrail so that the bridge is safe today.
Yesterday, a semi jackknifed in the middle of the bridge. After the trapped driver was freed.
Uh-oh. It's on fire now.
Heavy rescue overcame obstacles one after another to clear the wreck off the bridge and open the road. The trailer has been unloaded and is ready to be towed back to Jamie's yard.
Okay, go for it, boys.
But the crushed cab has to be dealt with first.
Now we're kicking the bacon fat, son.
Jamie's right-hand man, Scott, is in charge.
He's a little rough around the edges, but the guy can do the job, and he's good at what he does.
The truck is just tore up. It's tore to pieces. Real gentle, Ken, real gentle.
Good, good, come on, nice. Like it was meant to be.
But the twisted tractor is far from ready for the road.
Yeah. Right there is good.
Park there?
Yeah. The cab is hanging over one side. We need to shrink this load.
Jamie's newest hire, Mike Reynolds, has brought a wrecker up to tow the trailer. But first, Scott needs him to help with the tractor.
Mike, I want you right in here. Boom to the back of the sleeper. I've worked with Ken for a long time. So me and Ken, we communicate. Mike, maybe he does things in a different way than me. Hey, straight go!
But Scott doesn't think Mike gets his game plan.
What's up? What do you need me to do?
Before you do anything, check with the scene coordinator. Jamie's the owner of the place. I'm the scene coordinator. Scene coordinator, the captain of the ship. Want to freewheel that other side, Ken?
Scott decides to use the wrecker's boom to nudge the cab onto the flat deck.
Just get the boom inside of the jockey box, lift it, gently push it over.
But the battered load isn't cooperating.
Just absolutely no integrity left to any of the body panels on this, so we don't get nice square box loads. We get nothing. I can't leave until that thing's going down the highway.
On Highway 1,
this is our mess of the day.
Jamie's crew struggles to get the twisted bridge wreck ready to haul.
just absolutely no integrity left to any of the body panels on this one.
2 hours in, the boss rolls up to check on the job.
It's not a neat load, it's not a tidy load, it doesn't look nice, it isn't nice, it's sketchy.
I tried to do it the easy way. Didn't work.
Jamie isn't impressed with Scott using the wrecker as a battering ram.
Putting the boom into the end of something. It's not my first way of dealing with that.
Metal on metal. Not trying to be the boss or anything.
Scott and the crew will try to winch the cab onto the flat deck instead.
Okay, Mike.
But Mike has already moved on to another task.
What's Mike doing? Mike!
For some reason, Mike decided that we were done with him. And he's heading over to hook up a trailer to go home.
Mike!
Yeah? Mike, go hook up the trailer.
Who told you that?
Yo, we're talking amongst each other, right?
It's not time to go home. It's not time to hook the trailer up. It's time to make this 14-foot wide thing narrow enough that we can go down the road.
What are we doing?
We gotta try and pull the cab, okay?
Okay.
Instead of pushing, this time Scott will try pulling the wreck in line.
Got her? You ready?
Yep.
We'll pull the cab with the sleeper.
Okay.
That's better. That's about as good as it's gonna get.
What we're gonna do is we'll put the Tundra in front and we'll just put the lights on, right? Flashing lights. Okay, you got it. I'll see you at the shop.
Thanks, buddy.
You know, I can just feel the tension in the air with these guys.
Okay, Mike, would you go hook onto the trailer for me, please?
Sure you don't want to do it for me?
The sooner they wrap this up and bring this wreck into the yard, things will be better.
I'll come over and pull it through.
It's up to Ken to haul the leaning cab more than 25 miles back to Hope.
Better.
A drive that will take him through Highway 1's tight tunnels.
We have to get this sketchy-ass load down into town. We've strapped it down and chained it down as good as we can. We're a little bit overweight. And I don't want to have any issues. I don't want to have any problems. I got to get this to where we got to go. Nobody can get hurt, and I can't hit nothing.
Swing it over about 2 feet. A little further. This side just a bit.
22 miles away above the Canyon Highway.
And I'm gonna ease off on the brake and then we're gonna start going. When I say ready, let's go.
Mission Towing's under pressure to finish a steep recovery and get off a logging road.
It's fighting us a little bit. That's what I'm talking about. Inch by inch. It's coming beautifully. Perfect. We steered right around those big stumps. Good. That's good. That is that. It feels good to have this thing up onto the road. Mission accomplished.
Let's go.
The convoy that's been closing in will be clear to pass.
It looks like we're going to get out of here in time without stalling them at all. Nice job, dude.
Yeah, perfect.
We're out of here.
All right, man. Get out of here.
Anything's possible on these types of roads. It's a huge relief for us to pull away with this thing.
On Highway 1,
A couple of short chains and a couple of binders and away you go.
Yeah.
Ken gets ready to haul the bridge wreck back to town. But the precarious load would make any driver nervous.
This is a load that you don't want to do, but you got to do it.
We're doing it as safely as we can.
Okie dokie.
Robert will drive ahead to warn oncoming truckers.
We've got tundra piloting vehicles, flaggers front and back. It's now or never. We gotta go.
They need to clear 3 narrow tunnels to get the wreck to the yard.
Yeah, I'm hoping we don't get smoked by semi-trailers coming into the tunnels that aren't on the radio. We've got a wide load coming down. Either stop or slow down or get the hell out of the way. My heart's pounding 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, get that line coming there, Ken.
And here we go.
Got the tractor on a flatbed and it's real banged up.
On BC's Fraser Canyon Highway,
Yeah, get that line coming there, Ken.
Yeah, I see that.
Ken Monkhouse runs a gauntlet of tight tunnels to haul a mangled wreck back to home.
You letting these guys know coming towards Sailor Bar that they got a wide load coming through the tunnel, Robert?
Yes, they are. I got some stuff here coming.
It's probably 13 feet wide. And we're driving through sketchy-ass little tunnels.
All traffic going eastbound on Highway 1. I got a wide load coming through.
Commercial transport driver, he'll look at our loads and go, not on your life, buddy. They turn those loads down. It's specialized. It's difficult.
Truckers going eastbound, number 1. We got a wide load. We're piloting a wrecker. Could you please slow down and move over past the fog line a bit? Thanks.
Ken has 2 more narrow tunnels to go.
We can't relax yet. That's usually when things happen. When you relax, you gotta stay tense right till you park it in the yard. And now it's getting really foggy. Wide load into fog.
Come around the corner there.
Leaning a bit more now.
You're sweating with your hands on the steering wheel, looking out of your mirrors, but with pins and needles.
But I can see the cabs bouncing up and down pretty good. How's the other side of that tunnel looking, Robert?
All clear so far. Are you coming through the tunnel now?
Yeah, I'm just coming in now.
10 for it.
One more. Okay, I'm clear of the tunnel, Robert. It's good to get out of those tunnels.
Ken makes it out of the canyon.
We're about 2 kilometers from where our tow yard is. We're almost to the finish line.
Guys like Ken pull off these hard jobs. They get the dirty work done.
Here we are. One piece, nothing fell off, nobody got hurt. It's a good day. I'm done.
After one of the toughest recoveries in years, Jamie's team can breathe easy.
It was a really big job. Sigh of relief, I think, for me and everybody that it's all done. They did a great job, and they can relax a little bit. And then tomorrow we're on to the next one. But some of them are just unforgettable.
Next time on Highway Through Hell, a freak storm
Ordered the hurricane.
sends a semi airborne.
This is sketchy.
Holy crap.
A heavy wreck
less than a 10-minute closure.
Put Scott and Merv to the test. And
we're going fishing.
Alan Gord,
A big giant turtle.
battle a monster truck.
Gord,